Hello. So today I'm going to show you how to create an exam on DMAC and how to enable the online exam. Therefore, whenever the students are done with your hard copy exam or soft copy exam, they're able to input those answers into their DMAC accounts, and we will have the grades reported on DMAC. Therefore, we can run reports if we need to and see if the students have regressed or progressed. So the first thing you got to do is you got to click on the tab where it reads Educators. I'm gonna click right here. Um, Mine went through easy because I've already have it automatically saved, but you will need a administrative access because your teacher level access might not work. So make sure you get with your either your department head or the your immediate supervisor. Therefore, they can talk to um, a director in central office. In our case, it would be Mr. Cantu, and he can give you or give the department head administrators access. Therefore, you're able to run these reports and do what I'm about to show you all. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create an answer key and an exam. So therefore, the students can input their answers on this exam, and I no longer have to run them through the copiers and import them into save them into a USB and then bring them to the computer. It's a lot faster. This process is a lot faster. So the first thing you got to do is you click on the tab. You go to local assessment right here, and then you click on the tab that reads TEAC score. So I'm going to click on it, and you'll get this page. There are a bunch of tabs on the top left corner: dashboard, test keys, test forms, scanning, responses, search, and reports. You will click on test keys, and then you're going to create a new one. So click new, and there it is. You're now on the new test key. For the sake of this video, I'm going to create a social studies test. So the subject will be social studies. Now, if you're science, click science. If you're math, writing, reading, and so forth. So I'm going to click social studies. I'm going to create an exam for 8th grade. And this is important because based on the level of the grade level, it'll assign certain TEACs. So it's important that you click the correct grade level. So in this case, it'll be 8th grade. Now the version. Usually every subject has a version. Um, so make sure you get that version from your immediate supervisor. Usually it'll be the 600s, 700s, 800s. I know that right now the social studies is in the 900s. Therefore, they have about roughly about 99 spots to make exams. Now, if we need more, we can make more, but just to play it safe, we'll make sure you know your version. So, for the sake of this video, I'm going to say that this is version 911. 911. So I have roughly about less than roughly about um, 79 more spots for an exam. The next thing is the language. I'll choose English. The date will be today's date, 1/28/2021, and the description. Make sure you give it a name. Let's say not diagnostic, sample test. The passing standard will be a 70 because anybody that gets below a 70, when you run the report, you're able to segregate the data of students who failed. Now, the next category is the STAR standards. For the U.S. history exam at the 8th grade level, the approaches is a 50, the meets is a 70, and the masters is an 80. Now, this one you can just refer to the raw score conversion table provided by the Texas Education Agency, and you'll be able to see what your specific subjects approaches, meets, and master levels are. Um, Next is the answer choices. I'll refer to a four, and then save. Now it takes me to a different tab which reads content. The content will be social studies, it'll be 8th grade, and it is not an AP or anything. It's not a preview, nothing. And I save it. I go to the next tab, which is key. If you notice, this did not automatically take me to the next tab, so I have to manually click on key. So I click, and depending on the number of answer, let's say this is not a 10, but it's an 11 or a 20. If I click 11 and click up, if I type 11 and click apply, it'll give me 11 choices. Let's say this is a 6 week exam. Then I'm gonna say 25 items or 25 questions, apply, and now it gives me spots for 25. But for sake of this example, I'm gonna type 5 to make it easier and go fast. Apply, so 5. The answer for number one is A, then uh, B, C, D, A. Therefore, the student standards. That's why it's important to click the correct grade level, because it'll offer you the standards. But for sake of this example, I'm going to just choose random standards. It's pretty neat. It has all the standards. There it is. I exit out of the standards and I save. I go to scoring. There it is. All questions are worth 20%. 20%. You miss one, you'll get an 80, and so forth. I save it. Now this one you can manipulate it or not, but I don't recommend you all mess with that. Save, and I go to history. There it is. Just basically information on your exam. Editors. On the editors, you can actually look for more people and make them editors of this exam. I don't recommend this. It's up to you. And then you can go to online. This is the good one. On the online, that's basically so that you can enable this exam, and the students will log into DMAC with their name, first name, last name, with their student ID, and with this test ID right here. You will need those three components. Um, you see these online test settings. I would suggest you allow students to see test results, that you allow students unlimited sign-in attempts if test is not scored, and to do not automatically disable session that were manually enabled. Now, I clicked on the three, and the reasoning behind this is, and it's up to you guys, but the reason I've found is that it saves time. Usually when the students are first doing this exam, they will run into either not knowing what to do, or how to move forward, and most often they'll probably go back, and if they go back, they can no longer do the exam. So if I click on these three, if the student for some reason loses internet power and the exam shuts down, they can actually go back and just log in again. If the student enters the exam and for some remote reason he exits the exam accidentally, he's not able to go back in if these three checks are not these three options are not checked. So I recommend you all check these three options. One, these three, and the save setting. Okay. Now, the date. This is date where you are planning to issue the exam. Let's say that the exam will be for Friday, so I make sure you put Friday's date. The time, I suggest you all started with the earliest possible time, even though it doesn't mean that you're going to start at that time. But at that time, the exam will be enabled, will be ready to go. And the end time, make sure you include the latest. So you notice 7 a.m., 11:30 p.m., and you add. There it is. Um, and you save again. Okay. Now the exam has been created. Next step is to go back to the tabs. You click on, instead of going to new, you go on the list, because you should see it now on as part of the list of exams that you have created. So I went to lists. Now here are all the exams that I've created. Um, you will have to click on the little icon of a little icon of a little man or a little boy, and it reads enable online responses. I click on it and I say yes. So basically, what it's asking is that, are you sure you want to enable online student responses for test key SS.08.911.E? All online test keys will be disabled for testing after 5 days from the last date the test key was enabled. The key may still be activated manually or by scheduling. So I click yes. So as you can notice now it's online. The students can now, even though I set up this exam for Friday, they can start it today. Got it? And these, as you see all these are all exams that the students have already taken. You can manually click on it to edit it and disable the online. And that's it. That's how you create an exam. That's how you enable online. Hope you guys like the video. Thank you, and you all have a good day.